So in today's video, we're going to go over LeadRocks. So this is a prospecting tool or allows you to get lead lists. It is very good, but there's one major flaw, and then we'll get into that in a second. So I'm just going to go over the tool. We're going to go over the data, the different features that it has, and then where you can find it right now. So anyways, I'm just going to do basic search. So they have this prospecting feature, and enrichment feature, and your lists and your credits. But prospecting feature is pretty cool. There isn't much to this, and that's why it's a major flaw. And so the thing that it's missing is like a keyword search, because we can do job title, company name, URL, location, industry, and then team size, but there is nothing where I can say a certain, like, I don't know, title. So if your audience isn't in this category, in these categories right here, which is a list of maybe like a couple hundred categories, maybe just 100, or maybe even less than that, it looks like. So if your industry isn't one of these, then you're going to have a hard time finding these people, which is kind of frustrating, because I have a lot of clients that are in really niche areas like custom home builders or business coaches. You know, they're not as broad as e-learning, you know, or design, right? They're not into, because like what even is design? Like, what does that even mean? That's such a broad market. So that's kind of what's frustrating about this, is that it only has industry. Now there is a fix to this, and I'll get into that in a second, but that's my most biggest hiccup when it comes to this tool. We have job title though. We can do like CEO, owner, founder. You can stack job titles, so you can do it like that, which is what I did here. Choose a company name or URL. Location, I can do United States. And then industry, again, like you have to pick a certain one, so we're just going to do advertising, marketing, advertising. Team size, you can do, you know, how big their company is, and then you do search. It'll show you up here at the top what's the total sizes of the list that they currently have on here. I'm sorry, over here. So it looks like 112,000 contacts in this list. But if I try to do, like, I don't know, business coach right in there, nothing will pop up. Or if I put business coaching up here, I don't think anything will pop up either. Like if I try to put it in the job title, I'll change this to nothing, hopefully. There we go. And then we'll do business coach. And I just use business coach as an example. Well, I guess it does, 2,600. So it does show up some, but not as much as it could. So because a lot of people don't have the word business coach in the job title. Like their company will be like, you know, Mindy's business coaching, and then they're the CEO of Mindy's business coaching. So that's why keyword search is important. And so they have this other feature, which is enrichment. Enrichment is basically you can upload a list of LinkedIn URLs, and then it'll find the phone numbers and emails of those people on the LinkedIn URLs. We'll get into the data as well in a second, but this is kind of how it works. So you have this little thing up here. You can download the Chrome extension, and you can just look up any certain search term, and go to the people tab here, people. And then right here we have, if we have it downloaded, we can do export profiles to CSV. So what it's going to do is it's going to get the first and last names, their job titles, and then their profile links, and it's going to export them as a CSV. I can kind of show you what that looks like right here. This is what it'll export. So it'll do that for you automatically. So you can do up to 1,000 at a time on a LinkedIn search. You can do export, and it'll start getting your list for you. And so I'm just going to cancel this here. Then you just take that list that you downloaded once it's done, and you can upload it into here, and it'll tell you immediately, hey, we found this many phone numbers, we found this many profiles, and this many phone numbers and this many emails, and you can start using it to use your credits towards those profiles. So the problem here is that it's only doing it from a LinkedIn search, not a Sales Navigator search. So you cannot use Sales Navigator to do these searches. If I go to Sales Navigator here, it won't let me, there is no button to scrape these leads. Now this, it'll just open up and show you kind of a profile, like just, you know, give you some answers to questions and stuff, but there is no button here that says, you know, download list from Sales Navigator. So it's kind of annoying, because a regular LinkedIn search, it's limited to how much you can actually search. Like there are a ton more filters here than there are on here. Now you might be able to just get your audience within these filters, because if I go to all filters here, there are quite a bit of filters that you can look up, like location, current company, past company, school, industry, which is cool. Profile language is a good one. Open to, blah, 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 service categories. And then we have first name, last name, title, company, school. So we can look up the keyword digital marketing in the title, CEO. So this is better than doing it through here, because all we can do is the job title and then the industry. That's like the only, and then location, which is what doesn't help us. But yeah, with this we can do digital marketing and then CEOs of digital marketing, and we have a total list of 347,000 contacts that are potential contacts that we can reach out to. So, and then we can export these as CSV, but again, we can only do 1,000 at a time, and so we have to figure out a way to get this to where we can get as many contacts out of this list as possible. So that's the problem with this tool. That's what I don't like about this tool. There are other tools that allow you to scrape LinkedIn Sales Navigator, like this tool. coldemail.com is kind of a tool I recommend. It allows you to scrape Sales Navigator links, and it lets you do 2,500 at a time rather than 1,000 at a time. And then also you have the ability to do all these other filters that you can't do with just a regular LinkedIn search. But the thing is that this tool is $79 a month, and it allows you to scrape the emails and phone numbers already. So it's like there's no point in scraping the URL as well as the LinkedIn. Like, I don't know, you get the URLs, and then I just upload it to LeadRocks. Like, there's no point in doing that because I already have the emails and phone numbers. So this tool already allows you to do that, so there's no really point in getting or having both. Now, I have both because I just use as many data sources as I possibly can. So maybe I think if you're just starting out, this is actually a really good starter tool. Like, this is LeadRocks, because if you don't want to pay for Sales Navigator, which you can actually get it for $5 on Fiverr if you didn't know that. But if you don't want to pay for Sales Navigator and you want something that's cheap and easy right now, you can get this tool. And it's on AppSumo right now for $69, I think, or $79. LeadRocks, sorry. Now, it said the other day that the lifetime deal was gonna end soon, but now there is no, because it gives you like a countdown timer, but now there's no countdown timer, so I'm not sure where that went. $69 here, and you get 5,000 credits a month for that $69, which is a pretty good deal, considering that it's only $69 and you get it for a whole month, or you get it for a lifetime. So there is also a Plus exclusive version of this. So if I do LeadRocks Plus exclusive, you get, if you have AppSumo Plus, then you get 7,500 credits for the same amount of money. So you'll get more credits out of this. So I would buy this if you have Plus exclusive. And I'll probably buy it just because I want to get this deal rather than the other ones. You can also stack codes, which is cool. And so I have 2 codes currently, and so that's why I have 10,000 credits. And so if I was probably planning on buying enough to get me 30,000 credits a month. So I'll probably do that. But anyways, let's get into the data and what it looks like. So we'll go to lists, and lists are pretty, it was something that people said that might be a problem is if you've ever used Apollo search, if you ever used Apollo, like the thing is that they only let you look at like 10 people at a time or 25 people at a time. So you have to click, yeah, I want these people, and then click next, and then I want these people, and then click next. And then so you have to like do all these clicking around. This is a little different to where you can select up to 500 people per page. So it's not like you can't just get direct data. Allows you just to say how many contacts do you want, and then it'll just save all those contacts. This you have to like click this button and then save open and save selected. And then you can move over to the next page by scrolling all the way down and then going to the next page and then doing all those contacts. Now, obviously, if you have 5,000 credits, then if I do this twice, right, then I should have now 1,000 credits, or use 1,000 credits, or have 1,000 contacts, which is good enough for me. Or we can just do the enrichment tool, which is a lot easier to do, and I'll kind of show you how that looks. If I come here and I download this list, download as a CSV, I come back into this enrichment tool, and I click upload the file, and then start enriching. It says we found 81 emails, 37 phone numbers, so it's a lot easier to do it through this method. But then again, you can only have 1,000, or you can only scrape 1,000 with the tool at a time. You can do 1,000 or 5,000 at a time if you get the list from somewhere else, or if you just scrape 5 total lists from the Sales Navigator search, or sorry, the LinkedIn search. I don't know if there's a lot of numbers. I'm throwing them out there. I'm sorry. Anyways, we found some numbers, found some phone numbers. You can just put in the list that you want to save it to, and then just click save. Now I already have these in here. That's why it says it's going to cost me 0 credits, because I already did this list. But if I go to my lists and I go to this one, which is the one that we just looked at, we have first names, we have their company names, LinkedIn, Facebook, and your email account, and then phone numbers, as well as I think domains, some links, stuff like that. So this data is actually really, really, really good. I think that it might be better data than what is it called? Seamless AI. So Seamless AI, it gives you a lot of data. Like, they give you just a lot of unnecessary data. And this kind of does too, where they give you like multiple phone numbers and multiple emails. And it's like, I don't really know what I'm going to do with all these emails. I can only really contact one at a time. So you get all these options, but they have high quality data. So one, you can verify the emails from here. I don't think it costs any credits. I wasn't able to find. I was looking it up, like, does it cost a credit to verify emails? But I don't think it does. I'm not sure how that works. But you can verify emails and then save the list. And the other thing is that most of the phone numbers are mobile phone numbers. So if I go here, I'm going to go to the data that we have. This is what it looks like. We have LinkedIn URLs, full names, first name, last name, job title, Facebook profile, which I don't know a lot of tools that have the Facebook profile in them. Get Direct Data does, but the data is kind of scarce in there in terms of the Facebook profile. Seamless AI, they don't actually give you Facebook profiles. They just give you a Facebook search for that person's name, which is really dumb. But this actually gives you Facebook profiles. Location, company, company website, company Facebook page, which is even crazier. Industry, email, and then they have multiple emails here. So this is what I meant by, like, they just kind of give you unnecessary data, which is, just a whole bunch of emails. So we have emails here that we can use, but then a whole bunch of other emails that, like, I'm not going to use any of these. Then we have phone numbers. And also they give you the email status. So if you verify the emails, it'll tell you, like, whether or not it's valid or anything, so you don't have to re-verify emails. Then we have phone numbers, and then obviously phone numbers are a little more scarce too, but they're still there, and there's quite a bit of them. And I'd say it looks like, let's see, out of this list, 38, and there is a total of 84 contacts. So a little less than half of the people have phone numbers, which is to be expected, right? There's usually never a ton of phone numbers on any list. But out of this list, I did a check on the first 15 contacts. I just did one by one, just verifying the phone numbers. And out of the first 15, only 2 were landlines. So it looks like the phone numbers are very high quality in terms of they're mostly all mobile phone numbers. So that's basically it. That's the data that you get out of LeadRocks. So again, downfall is the prospecting function, or there is no keyword search here. It's kind of harder to get contacts through this function. And they're only allowing you to do to export as a CSV or get lists from a LinkedIn search and not a LinkedIn Sales Navigator search. And so those are the 2 things that I don't like about this tool. But what I do like about it is that it's cheap and you have really, really good data. So if you're willing to work with this, using the LinkedIn search rather than a Sales Navigator search, then you can get it on AppSumo for $69 right now. I don't know how long it's going to be available. I looked at it the other day. It said it only had 8 days left. And but now there is no usually there was a timer saying, hey, we only have this much time, but it's not on here anymore. So maybe it should be still available for you. I would stack these codes, and I just have it in my arsenal. So tools like this are really cool because I only have to pay for them once. I don't have to have some monthly subscription, and then I just have it on standby. So whenever I need it, or I have a client that says, hey, I need more data for this, okay, great, well, let's just use this tool, use some of the credits here. I don't really use it, and so we can use that tool for more mobile phone numbers and stuff like that. And I just have it in my arsenal of tools that I have that I can use for these purposes. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. I do recommend this tool. Go grab it. What's cool about AppSumo as well is that if you don't like the tool, you can refund it. And I know that this tool allows you to refund it. So pretty cool. AppSumo was always really good at doing refunds. So thank you so much, AppSumo, for that. And I'll see you in the next one.